briefly present to you the CUPID project, which was funded by the EU to connect European farmers from 10 different countries in collaboration with 11 partner organizations, connect them in relation to bioeconomy success stories that are happening at farm level, at forest level. So to try and connect producers who are working in innovative ways with this idea of the circular bioeconomy. In other words, cycling biomass, food, fiber, feed, and biofuels to ensure that as much of the biomass is used as possible. So minimizing waste, substituting fossil fuels, and achieving greater efficiency and value for producers and through the value chain. So in the context of food waste that we've just heard from, especially from Jenny and Even, you can see how relevant that is to maximize the utilization of food produced, as well as to, I suppose, add more value to that product and mobilize the biomass for greater value for producers as well as for society, and moving away obviously from fossil fuel based solutions, which we are all aware are causing a lot of damage to our planet and society. So the CUPID project leverages this 4-level knowledge transfer strategy, so involving these success story showcases firstly, which brought different sorry, Even, could you mute yourself there? Which brought different European farmers to showcases, either online due to COVID-19, unfortunately, or in-person showcases, which were possible during the summer of this year. And then level 2 is disseminating those experiences to farmers back in the home countries of ambassadors. And then the further dissemination levels are kind of through your social media channels and other pathways for getting the message across around the bioeconomy opportunities for primary producers. So the aim was to involve 4,000 primary producers, and that's where you can really see the value of collaborating across the 10 countries. It certainly wouldn't have been possible for any partner alone. So we at the Circular Bioeconomy Research Group were a partner in this study with Munster Technological University. The study focuses on cooperatives. So I'll just bring you back to the title of the project there. As you can see, it's a strange acronym, CUPID, but it's emphasizing cooperation between partners like ourselves at MTU and other European organizations, but also between farmers, especially with the cooperative model. So cooperatives are known to help farmers add more value to their produce and also provide shared capital for investment in research and development and innovative technology, which the transitions that we're talking about, the value addition that we're talking about in relation to the bioeconomy really needs in a lot of cases. So it's easier to do it together. So I myself attended the virtual CAVIRO showcase, as well as Simone Falzoi, who will participate in a little question and answer session with myself in a few minutes. So I'll give you the context about CAVIRO, and then Simone, who has worked extensively with wine production in Italy, as well as doing research on farming here in Ireland, will give us some insight into his experience and where he thinks the relevance lies for Irish producers in this showcase. So the motto of CAVIRO is where it all comes back, and that's referring to this idea of the full circle and the circular economy approach. So closing the loop and not having any waste streams that are, I suppose, leaving the production cycle without bringing any value back for the producers. So CAVIRO is the largest wine producing cooperative in Italy, They're based close to Bologna, and this was a collaboration also with the University of Bologna. They've received a number of awards, which you can see here at the bottom of the screen, related to their environmental performance and social responsibility. And they're involved in three main, I suppose, value chains, they would see it as. Number one is wine production. Number two is the production of chemical products from a large quantity of the waste that is left behind after the wine production. And then number three is bioenergy production. So those would be the three main value chains that they presented to us anyway. And their aim is to transform all waste or all byproducts. You know, they really wouldn't see it as waste. It's all a resource. So to utilize all byproducts and residues as resources. They have a turnover of 362 million. So as you can see, they are really a very large cooperative. It was founded in 1966. They export today to over 70 countries, and they bring together 7 different regions in Italy and smaller cooperatives within those regions. Yeah, so in a sense, they aggregate smaller cooperatives as well, and the wine production of smaller cooperatives, as well as having cooperative members kind of based around them regionally. The 3 components are CAVIRO SCA, which is the winery production, CAVIRO Extra, which is the section that is dealing with the byproducts from wine and other agri-food residues, and then everything that can't be used for extraction of value-added chemicals is transformed into bioenergy through Enomondo. Right, so that's basically repeating the same thing in terms of their wine production. These would be really the mass-produced wines, box wines. So they wouldn't be your specialist wine producer, but they're really generalists. Okay, so in terms of how that feeds into that 362 million turnover, 69% of their income is from wine production, but a really important 31% of that income that is going back to the cooperative members is coming from their chemical extraction from byproducts and bioenergy production. And they've, I suppose, collected all of those streams into this circular business model that they say starts at the vineyard. So the collection of grapes, they involve 12,400 grape growers, and those grapes are collected locally and shipped to produce the wine, and then obviously to extract the valuable chemicals. So when they're talking about that chemical extraction, it's using the grape seeds, the grape skins, the lees, the pulp, so everything that can't be used for the wine production. They are extracting products for use in construction, for use in pharmaceuticals. And I'm going to go through this quite quickly now because there's also a short video clip which I suppose goes into detail on those different industries. So we might have time to show you a minute or two of that. The last thing then, as I said, after the production of different chemicals, and particularly ethyl alcohol that they are the biggest producer of in Italy, they use anything that's not productive for that chemical extraction, for the production of energy, electricity and heat that actually goes into the fueling of the production system itself, right? So the different production plants are fueled with this biofuel, and it also integrates the prunings and other kind of bio-based waste from the vineyards. So that's obviously quite an efficient process. After the energy They also are left with sludge, which is quite typical in biogas production, bioenergy production, and that sludge is rich in nutrients which can be used in the vineyards. So as you can see, that closes the loop then to be able to produce more grapes. So a really effective way to see that all the possible grapes are being used, so including inedible grapes that are not suitable for wine, and also that the other byproducts that might not normally be valued, for example, those trimmings from the vineyards and the skins and so on, are used to add value to the cooperative, not just to add value to the product, but to add value to the cooperative. Okay, I'm going to finish up here so that there's time also for Simone to give some of his insights, and just to mention that they have a huge amount of research and development projects, which again are possible through the cooperative model.